I remember I was at Taco Bell and we were just getting into the van. We were getting into the van to go to the territory. Before that, the leader asked us, Angela asked us, to, she wanted me to give a testimony to be able to encourage everyone. So the testimony that I came up with was one that I had in Christmas break 2018 during Laredo. I remember this one day I was having, in the first part of the day I was doing houses and the houses were very slow. No one was opening doors, no one was willing to hear what I had to say, and so it was just difficult. And so what our leader did was he left us, like, it took him almost 20-30 minutes to be able to come and pick us up. So we're there. I was with another friend and we were just talking there, waiting at the bus stop, waiting for him to come. And I said, man, my day's it's gonna be over already. He came and picked us up, and then we went to lunch and said, man, half my day went away. I don't have anything. And so we went off. After eating lunch, we went off to the territory, and I was the last one to be dropped off. And I didn't know about it. I didn't think about anything, so I just kept on canvassing, kept on trying to do my best. So there was this one moment where I approached this one guy. I didn't expect much, but I went up to him to try to show the books, but he wasn't interested. And so what happened was, I asked him, is it okay if I pray with you? And he told me, really? You want to pray with me? And then he said, yeah, come pray with me and my wife. So I went with him. We went and I prayed with him. And so he was glowing. He said, man, this is very interesting. I was praying to God for a sign, to be able to send someone to me to be able to help them. And so what happened was, God sent me you. And so I didn't think much about it. And so he pulls out a bunch of money from his shirt, and I thought he was just gonna give me $2, but he gave me $100. And that's what changed the day in that day. It was just very weird. So going back to that day where I was sharing this testimony at Taco Bell, we were dropping off for territories, and I was the first one to be dropped off. And I remember that day I was really, really mad because I didn't want to be dropped off. I didn't want to be the first one to be dropped off. And so I just went off and canvassed again. I just went off. After that, I was doing good. God was blessing me immensely. I was leaving books. Until what happened was, I went and I approached this one girl. I didn't think much about it, and I started showing the books. She was super interested in the books. She said, so she kind of gave me a summary of what I was doing. So you're going off into streets talking about God, about Christian literature to others, and basically, yeah, that's what I'm doing, I told her. And so she was just fascinating, saying, man, you know what? I was praying to God for the past 2 years, and I've been asking for signs as well to be able to show me what exactly is what God wants for my life. And she said she was just amazed about this situation, what we're having, this conversation we were having. And so we came to the conclusion. She said, I want these 2 books. And then, okay, and I gave her my phone so she can input the amount that she would like to donate. And then she had a strange face on her face, and she types in $100. She gave me $100 donation. And it just reminds me of that time where I was there in Laredo. This guy was praying for a while, and he decides to help me. This lady, she was praying for the longest time, and as well, she decides to help me. And it doesn't stop there. She was super interested in what we were doing, and so I invited her to come to the church. A little did I know, I didn't think she was going to come, but she came. She came and visited the church, and she was very excited about it. She really liked what she heard about it, and so we had invited her to come next week, and she came. She came the week after. and we gave her Bible studies as well. We had the opportunity to be able to teach her about the Sabbath and about following Christ. And she was super fascinated about how the Bible has so much to talk about the Sabbath. And little did I know, she told my leader about writing a letter to her parents saying that, you know what, I want to get baptized. I want to be baptized in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And to be honest, going back to all this, I had little to do about it. I only went up to her and approached her and showed her the books. This was God that was working on her heart for the longest time, right? Just like that guy back in Laredo. He was working on him for the longest time, and God did everything to show her the truth, to guide her to the right path. And it was just a blessing for me to be able to be used by God, to be able to share the gospel.